Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I am your host, Doug, here with your video blog for April 21st, 2014. I have a great blog planned for you today. We're going to be looking at my mock draft, my top 5 picks. We'll go MLB action, New York sports update with some breaking news from the Knicks. But first I want to get to the NBA playoffs, just give you a brief rundown of what happened over the weekend. I got all 8 series to go through with you. So the first one I want to talk about, Atlanta versus Indiana. Hawks getting the upset win over the Pacers. The Hawks are just looking like a good team right now. Paul George played well, couldn't get anything going down the stretch. Jeff Teague made some big shots, and Atlanta comes out of Indiana with the win 101-93 to take a 1-0 lead. In our second matchup in the East, we saw the Bobcats in the Heat. The Bobcats put up quite a game. Kemba Walker played well in his postseason debut. Al Jefferson kind of struggled, and that led the way for LeBron James to have a big game, 27 points, 9 rebounds. Miami goes up 1-0, 99-88. Another upset in the 6-3 matchup, Nets versus the Raptors, Brooklyn versus Toronto. Brooklyn takes the 1-0 lead behind a balanced attack and some big shots made by Paul Pierce late. Brooklyn takes down Toronto, the more veteran squad, 94-87. The young backcourt of Beal and Wall plays well in a big game against the Chicago Bulls. Washington, behind a big game from Nene, beats Chicago 102-93 to take a 1-0 lead. And as we head out west, Dallas and San Antonio. Dallas, they gave San Antonio a run for a pretty good portion of that game. Tim Duncan and the Big Three step up late, and the Spurs go up 1-0, 90-85. Memphis OKC. Memphis played decent. Zach Randolph was solid. Kevin Durant was better. Durant finishes with 33, 7, and 8. Thunder advance on from Game 1, and they go up 1-0, 100-86. Golden State, Los Angeles. These last 2 series have been exciting. Golden State, the Splash Brothers played well. Klay Thompson, 22-5 and 7. Chris Paul, 28, 8 and 7. Both of those guys played pretty well. And Golden State hit some late shots as they go up 1-0 in this series. And in the final one, Portland, Lillard and LaMarcus Aldridge both go over 30. LaMarcus Aldridge finishes with 46 and 18 in the overtime game. Trailblazers get the win on Damian Lillard. Free throws 122-120 over James Harden and the Rockets. So tonight's action that we have, just take a quick look at what we have going on tonight in the NBA playoffs. Should be a good night of hoops once again, as we've seen some good hoops already. Some more good hoops will be played tonight. We have, let's see, we have the Warriors and the Clippers. They're going to tip around 10:30. We have the Grizzlies and the Thunder tipping around 8. And then we're also going to have the... I thought we had the Nets and the Raptors. And we will also have... So we'll have a double dip tonight. We'll have one game tomorrow night. So we have some good action as well moving down through. Alright, time for a look at my NFL draft. I have my mock draft done, my top 5 picks. So I'm going to run down through them right now. The draft will be May 8th. We'll break it down 5 picks at a time over the next couple of weeks. With the first pick in the draft, I believe the Houston Texans are going to solidify their defensive front. They're going to bring in Jadeveon Clowney. He'll get some shots at some outside linebacker as well. But you have to take the best available player, and Jadeveon Clowney is that guy. St. Louis Rams, I think they're going to go outside linebacker. They have to be able to get some pressure on Kaepernick and Wilson in that division. I think Khalil Mack out of Buffalo will be the 2nd overall pick. 3rd overall pick, Jacksonville needs a quarterback. They're still looking for that quarterback, and I think if you need a quarterback as much as they do, you have to go quarterback, and I think they're going to take Blake Bortles, who I think is the most pro-ready quarterback right now in this draft class. The number 4 pick, the Cleveland Browns. If you miss on a quarterback, that's bad, but you can't let one slip by either. I think the Browns will draft Johnny Manziel with the 4th overall pick and try and give their franchise something to be happy about. And finally, I'm going with the Oakland Raiders as my fifth. The Oakland Raiders have the 5th pick. I think they're going to get some weapons for Matt Schaub, and they're going to start doing that by drafting wide receiver Sammy Watkins at the number 5 spot. All right, on to some MLB action. Yesterday we saw the Brewers and the Pirates brawling in Pittsburgh. Carlos Gomez has always been a guy that's posed after some hits. We've seen him have trouble with Brian McCann. We've seen him have trouble with other guys, Garrett Cole now. And my question is, how does Gomez get away with it, but Puig doesn't? Gomez poses, he jaws, he yells. He's not as good as Puig, and Gomez gets away with it, but Puig doesn't. I don't understand that. I think Gomez will get suspended. Definitely, he threw some punches, and Cole wasn't happy about him posing after hitting that triple off the wall. Injury update: Clayton Kershaw good after throwing a simulated game the other day. And staying on the Dodgers topic, my performance of the weekend in the majors goes to the Dodgers pitcher Josh Beckett. In just his 3rd start of the year, Beckett went 5 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. The Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks 4-1. Time for your New York sports update. Yankees split 4 in Tampa Bay over the weekend. They're now 11-8. They have a 1-game lead in the American League East over the Toronto Blue Jays. Injury problems for the Yankees continue. Ivan Nova looks like he's going to be on his way to Tommy John surgery after tearing an ulnar collateral ligament in his elbow. But with that comes a new guy in the rotation, possibly in Vidal Nuno. Yesterday really showed that he has earned that spot. He threw 5 shutout innings for the Yankees yesterday, and that's going to be big. Yankees head to Boston for 3. Starting tomorrow, it's going to be Yankees-Red Sox 7:07 first pitch. We'll see Masahiro Tanaka 2-0, 2.05 against John Lester, who is 2-2 with a 2.17. And the New York Mets dropped 2 out of 3 over the weekend to the Atlanta Braves. They are now 9-9, 3 games back in the National League East. They're going to be home against the Cardinals for 4 as they continue their homestand. We'll see them take the Cardinals on tomorrow night. Jenry Mejia going for the Mets 2-0, 2.81. And Tyler Lyons will make his first start for the Cardinals this year. The other breaking news out of New York, the area, Mike Woodson and the entire Knicks coaching staff has been fired by Phil Jackson. This move was expected to come, and I'm not surprised it did. The Knicks need to clean house and start over. Everybody's saying right now Steve Kerr as the front runner for this position. I think Steve Kerr would be a great fit, and they're going to bring in some other guys too. Could see a Derek Fisher on the bench. Could see a Kurt Rambis on the bench. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be fun to watch. Knicks need to make a move, and they need to make some positive moves to still keep Carmelo Anthony. Alright, so I'll be back on Wednesday, and we'll talk some more NBA playoffs. I'm going to give you my draft picks 6 through 10, and I'm going to talk MLB action again, New York Sports Update as well. Always remember to follow me on Twitter at YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. I will be back on Wednesday. Have a good start to your week.